Hello, folks, and welcome to another full there retailer market analysis, or what can we use? Retailer trap market analysis? I don't know. We will see. However, today, unfortunately, I'm still using my headset because, as you see, or at least here, it's almost 7 p.m. A little bit late, just because I had a very busy day with my business, and so I didn't have the time to check the. I have mentioned yesterday I have a, well, I wouldn't say a pro mic, but a better quality mic. I'm trying to use this one tomorrow if it's possible, if I have the time to make some tests before, because some people just said, the volume with my headset, it's not high enough. Well, I will try just to use the other mic if it's possible. I will try. I think it's going to work, but whatever. Well, today I think we can make just, I don't know, a quick update because I mean the price action, yes, as we see, it's just following SPY. Finally, SPY, after they retested that big resistance, it failed. I think, in my opinion, we should go to that green line. That's another support at 405. We will maintain here. We will see, but I would suggest at the moment that the price will go even lower. At least that's what I think at the moment. Maybe it will rebound here and go up tomorrow to retest that area and go down again. If it fails again the 417, we need to see. It's too early to say, but finally at least it's making such kind of correction. While DXY is rising. Nobody knows why exactly, but it's rising. At the same time, tomorrow we have some economical events, but we know as well nobody cares. Absolutely nobody cares. And if they care, they will tell us afterwards why they care, why it makes sense that the market do what it what it what it did then. Okay, so we will see. However, let us go forward and check what's happening. As you see, all my charts will refresh now because I was on my PC. I didn't have the time to check what the market is doing. And so we will go straight directly to the weights ratio 30 days moving average. It's doing what I expected. It's declining even more. It's not playing out. Not yet. It will be the first time since I'm checking, since almost, I would say now more than a year, I'm using the weights ratio to check the sentiment of whales, and it will be the first time that's not playing out, to be honest. And this move was big, not that big. After, look, CryptoQuant again did something with the data. Oh, these guys are killing me. We did 16% last time. We did 1440 before we did this nuke, this big one. And I mean, if we check that, and if we are going to nuke, in case we will, it's going to be epic, really epic, because last time we did some fake rallies before, but this time it's really crazy. However, in case of, if we go up to 28k, if we go up to 25k, afterwards something should happen. In my opinion, it's still on the table, and you know what I think. I mean, the bottom is not in, but it's me, it's Inspo. I don't have a crystal ball, not yet. So we will see. Let us go forward and check what's happening here. Well, first of all, we also can notice here that the weights ratio is lifting up. That matches very well to what happened to the price afterwards, or at the same time, maybe it correlates very well. The weights ratio lifted up, declined, and is lifting up even more, indicating that whales are sending bitcoins to exchanges. At the same time, we can see that the stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges lifted up, it's declining. In my opinion, this one looks like an exchange just refilled again their stablecoin reserves. So, you know, usually that only happens when they are just expecting something like a bigger sell pressure or even a sell off, because then these guys would just withdraw their stable coins and they will take off the stable coins from the exchange. So the exchange needs mm, a certain level of stable coins to be ready. And that matches very well to the new minted stablecoins. I guess that's BUSD, Binance, but I need to check. Maybe it's also USDC, but I would think that's BUSD. And yeah, also we can see that the stablecoin supply even it lifted up here a little bit. It keep maintaining that. I wouldn't say low level. We still have a lot of stablecoins circulating, but since its all-time high, it declined and didn't recover. And that's it. Let us go forward. So what we see here is once again a usual pattern we know. So bigger stablecoin outflows correlates with a big, and that's really a big stablecoin inflow, indicating 230 millions. 230 millions inflow, while we had almost 160, 220 millions outflow. Yeah, it matches very well. Here, 100 million outflows and only 50 millions inflows. So these correlations make sense because people are just selling their assets and withdraw their stablecoins. Not saying that's only Bitcoin, of course, every kind of assets like, for example, as well, um, altcoins. What's a little bit wondering me are those almost 4,800 bitcoins outflow just before we started to dump. I don't know why. It's I don't know if that was maybe an internal exchange operation or something, but from timing it looks really strange in my opinion. Because we didn't have a big volume before. That's the aggregated volume. That's really strange. However, stablecoin inflows, nothing. I mean, 900 Bitcoin last hour, 1,000 the hour before, 2,000 Bitcoins. That's absolutely nothing. Peanuts. At the same time, we should wonder, wait, if we are not receiving a lot of flow activity related to bitcoins, where are these bitcoins coming from? Weights ratio. But, you know, I mean, still wondering me, I mean, usually the weights ratio should generate a sell pressure and push the price down, something that didn't happen yet. I mean, we were just lifting up, lifting up, lifting up, lifting up. Now we are declining. It looks really solid today. But however, um, the big impact to the price didn't happen yet. So that's not why what I would expect from the weights ratio, to be honest. That's it. Let us go forward. Funding rate up, down, up, and now down. That's what it's indicating. Leverage ratio, well, exactly the same. Open interest, exactly the same. So it correlates very well with everything. And we see this time much more stablecoin activity related to derivative exchanges, even more Bitcoin volume related to derivative exchanges. But I mean, that was weekend. It's almost flat. But if we compare the Bitcoin activity from last week, for example, you know, it was much, much, much more. At the same time, I have mentioned, you remember, every time when the market maker makes these quick operations, that's something like to generate more bitcoins, let the bitcoins on the exchanges and take its bitcoins away again from the exchanges and using them to push the price down. Look, when it happened, that was last Friday, and now what's happening? Coincidence? Oh, okay, maybe. Stablecoin reserves. Stablecoins here we can see 100 million. Not big, not big at all. Bigger outflows than inflows, but however, even here the biggest one was 2,000 bitcoins, and here at the moment 1,900 bitcoins correlate also very well to the outflow. So also the net flow doesn't look really big. Let us go forward. Let us check. Okay. So we can see that shorts are shrinking very quick at the moment. Again, less than 1 billion, and we have here 1.8 billion in longs. That's really huge. 66 to 34. That's really big. Oops, I would say that's extremely bearish, but that's my opinion. We will have a leg up. We will have another bullish price action to the upside, maybe hitting 25 to collect more longs, and then we need to see because exchanges are not here to give money just away. So, and that's free money if they just push the price up even more. Or they need to liquidate a lot of them to push up even more. But in my opinion, that would a little bit match to my expectation today. I have checked the market today a little bit, and it looks like if we are not in the local top, we are very close. So you remember my channel with the upper trend line would go up to 25, 25 to 100 would match. If we go up and we get rejected there, then down means liquidate a lot of longs. The question is if the longs will flip then. We will see. We really need to see, and of course, who is longing here. Let us check what Binance is indicating us here. So open interest declined a little bit. Big accounts indicating long. The positions less. So if we can see here 76% of all big accounts on Binance related to futures are longing at the moment, from volume here, I would say 54 to 46, indicating that even less people or less big accounts are shorting those who are shorting with bigger volume than with longs. So be careful. Hmm, interesting. Let us check what Kingfisher is showing us today. Let us go directly straight to Binance and check what's happening there. It would really surprise me if we are going to go straight down just because of that. I mean, last time we did our big push up from 21,500 directly to 22,600. So if we lose this 22,600, in my opinion, we'll go also straight to the downside in case of. And that would mean something 21,600 or something like, but it would surprise me if that happens because I would expect to go up instead than go directly down, but we will see. So let us see what's happening here. And we see, yeah, okay. So remember Binance, less big accounts, but with bigger positions. I guess that's this area here and maybe this area, while we have a lot of big accounts but with less volume. What we have here, bigger volume as you see, that's the peak. Interesting. But let us check FTX. FTX. Come on, Kingfisher. Thanks. Looks, in my opinion, even better because shorts are really flat. And if we check, I mean, Binance 70 millions and FTX 60. Wow, that's big. That's really big. So usually we should go in that direction, of course, but yeah, we need to see. I really need to see. I'm still not trading, and yeah, it's it doesn't make sense for me to trade here, to be honest. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't trust the market at the moment. They look too desperate, to be honest. So I'm not really convinced. And that's it. Let us go forward. Well, who is the market driver? As we can see here, that's the 30 minutes. Yeah. Um, Also very interesting. I have tweeted about that because the price went up while FTX, for example, CBD, and the CBD once again, many of you don't know. Even I'm talking every day about the CBD. It seems nobody knows exactly what is the volume delta. I will explain once again what is a volume delta. You have one candle. I love to use, or no, do you know what? Let us make it very easy. What's a volume delta? You will see that here. That's the volume. You have in this candle, the current candle, 930 purchases bitcoins. And you have 860 or 870 bitcoins sold in the current candle. Means we have a total volume at the moment of 1,800 bitcoins and a delta, volume delta of 70 bitcoins. So what does that mean, 70 bitcoins? Well, it's just the difference between purchased Bitcoins and sold Bitcoins. That's it. That's really easy. And the CBD just, it's a really simple math, real simple math. They are just adding all volume deltas of each candle. So if you use, for example, in my opinion, I'm using here the 1 hour time frame, something you should use with the CBD, but it's just adding every volume delta of every candle, and that's showing me here. And that's, for example, the line indicating that since here they are selling more, and you can see that. Even here the candles should be red, and my here it's purple, but that's it. That's not big magic behind the CBD and volume delta. So it's really easy. If you see then such a chart that's showing you that's a clear downward trend, means that the volume delta here was much more negative than positive. Means that in 30 minutes time frame, that accumulating all these candles together and checking the volume delta, it was much more negative, indicating they were distributing while the price was lifting up. That's it. And that's what FTX did. They are selling, selling, selling much more than buying, buying, buying. Is it bullish? Yeah, for many of you it is. So let us check. Oh, I need to refresh. No, I don't need to refresh. That's Binance. So what's Binance doing? Let us see what's Binance doing. That's the 30 minutes. I need a little bit more. Give me more. No, no more. Okay. So here Binance, you can see Binance looks very accurate, correlates perfectly with the price here, because it is, of course, the price of Bitcoin on Binance, and it correlates very well with the aggregated one. If we check the aggregated one, we will see we have here Bittrex, Coinbase, Bitstamp, Bitfinex, Gemini, Kraken, Femex, Poloniex. But due to the fact that Binance has the biggest liquidity and volume, of course, they are the main driver of the market and the price. So if we check Coinbase, I guess Coinbase, yeah, of course, buying, buying, buying. I really never get that. I think Larry Link needs a new finger. He is all the time pressing buy, 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 I guess. Look there. That's crazy, isn't it? That's really crazy. That's crazy. But they never stop. It's always, they just had a little break here, but it's just purchase, 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 purchase. But also here, the volume delta indicating it's much more positive than negative, so they are buying more than selling. While, and that's also very interesting, it doesn't correlate with the aggregated CBD, indicating here it's peanuts. Bitfinex, 30 minutes. Let me also here take spot, please. And 30 minutes, give me 30 minutes, 30 minutes. So we can see here, for example, that Bitfinex, it seems, is distributing. That was just a quick profit operation, it seems. So lift up and start to distribute while the price maintains up. So it's for them a nice trade. And that's Binance Perp, and we can check what's happening here. You remember the big open interest. and here declining. So they took profit here in that area, it seems, after they started to long that area. So that explains the big outflows of stablecoins to derivative exchanges, because it seems that was clearly a very short-term profitable operation here, just longing it, and that's why the funding rate lifted up, declined afterwards, lifted up again, declined, and it maintains relatively high. Of course, just because they are demanding more longs, more longs. We have almost 1.8 billion in longs. The last time I have seen 2.6 billion was close before we nuked, I remember. And since then, we have just lose a lot of volume. And that's actually it. We can see the market maker 800 Bitcoin, so nothing. I have changed nothing, even changed big to his balances. Also would match to the idea that he's using, or the market makers entities are using their bitcoins to generate more bitcoins, just making short-term future trades with bitcoin collateral and taking out the bitcoins they used for the trade, but let the gain, so the bitcoins they generated on the exchanges, to dump afterwards. That would at least explain where the sell pressure is coming from. And that's it. We can check what centralized exchanges are doing. They are bleeding like hell. They are really bleeding like hell, even here related to futures. It's incredible. So, in other words, the crypto market is bleeding, it's dying at the moment. It sounds really hard and dramatic, I know, but that's transactions and wallet counts. They are declining. So, that's huge. Even with a rising price, it's declining. All bears. After every bullish retailer, it seems, just left, now the bears are also leaving. I don't know. It looks really, really crazy. Let us go forward. So what we see here is Coinbase. Coinbase, look what Coinbase is doing here. I don't know what the hell is that. They reinforced here some, wow, some walls. Okay, even at 15? Why the hell? Even 13? I think that's too early for that. Really too early. At the same time, we have here at 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 also some exchanges. Looks really interesting. I don't know what the hell that is. But yeah, let us go forward. Derivative perp. Derivative perp indicating is at the moment at 23,800, limiting the way up, and at the moment 22,700 the way down. Remove some walls here, or at least they shifted to the downside a little bit more, indicating that's interesting 22. So that would be where my line, my trend line, the lower trend line is crossing. They removed here the wall at 26.5 at the moment, also interesting. Bitstamp, nothing. Binance Spot. I have mentioned we need for the bullish momentum 24/7 and up, something we are not doing at the moment. However, we don't have any big walls here. We still have this big one at 19K. Yeah, that's it. We have also one at 28, so still not really clear where the price could go next. Even I'm expecting at the moment they are pushing the price back to the upside, but maintaining. You can see that. However, as mentioned, I would really expect another leg up. If we are going to nuke, we need to go. Unfortunately, we need to go more up. Bitfinex. Bitfinex here also, as you see, 22,870, just limiting the way down. Usually they are very successful doing that. And even here we have another one at 21, but also nothing big. At 25,400, a new wall. FTX perp. FTX doing that again. I think I mean, we have seen that on Coinbase, now here on FTX. I really don't know how to interpret that. I guess that's something, it has something to do with their algos, because we have this pattern here as well, just to push up the price more. It can go down, but just, they removed this wall here, 24,800. Looks really, look, they have this pattern here. Very interesting. I need to check. They were here just, it seems, limiting the way down and removed the wall. Oh, Kraken. 25,400 and to the downside 22. BitMEX 25. They removed the wall at 20. I also think 25. 22,880 like Binance. Really interesting. I think it was Binance, right? Was that Binance? No, Binance. Yeah, also here, but I think it was BitMEX then. 20,800. What was the next? Kraken? However, many are waiting at 22,800, so Binance futures. Wow. Okay, between 22,360 and 22,000 waiting there. No big wall to the upside. Bitfinex derivatives, also here, as you see, just related to the volume, indicating they don't want to let go down at the moment the price at 23. Kraken futures, nothing. And FTX spot, also at the moment just pushing the price up. Wow, that's big. So it's they are holding the price at the current position. They don't want to let it up. They don't want to let it down. You have here a big cluster of different orders, and you see how they are flashing in and flashing out. So it takes sometimes a little bit. At the moment here, so yeah, I don't think, I think we will maintain a little bit this price area. We need to see what SPY is going to do next. And that's it.